SMEs play an important role to our economy, contributing 33% to Malaysia's GDP today. And by 2020, this figure is expected to reach 41%. And access to funding remains a crucial factor. Now, with all the government programs out there, as well as a well-developed financial landscape, why do SMEs still find it hard to get funding? I spoke to Datuk Mohd Radzif, Group MD of SME Bank, on this.
One of the things with regards to the small enterprises is basically what we've seen from our experiences is this context of keeping sound financing records, accounting records. If you want to actually assist somebody, there must be a proper record that you can actually latch on. And I think it's not too difficult to have a proper accounting records now with the proliferation of a lot of accounting systems out there in the market and off the shelf too. So I think that's something that needs to be done by the small enterprises. So I don't think it's a question of business model, it's a question of management. And of course, I think from the part of financial institution, there's a need for better engagement, better understanding of their constraints, and willing to sit down with them and to work out possible solutions to support that industry, the small enterprises. Well, I guess the challenge is up to the SMEs themselves. I think the government has actually provided for a lot of infrastructure support, be it financing, be it non-financing. And now I think more so with regards to Malaysia being the chair of the ASEAN Economic Community. So I think the greater challenge is to the SMEs, purely because I think the marketplace is out there, not only from in Malaysia, but within the ASEAN community, ASEAN countries. You're talking about close to over 600 million population base. You're talking about 2.3 trillion in terms USD in terms of GDP. So the opportunities are abundant. And on top of that, you have China to the north, you have India to the west. So these are all possible areas for SMEs. And I think one of the things that I take pride in is basically I think Malaysian products and services are on par with regards to a lot of the community. Why do I say this? If you take an example of the oil and gas industry, for instance, we have exported a lot of capability to the Middle East. So, and on top of that, all our services sector, be it in the areas of services and also some of the manufactured goods has gone into international markets. So Malaysian SMEs have got the real capability to do this. So it's a question of them, pursuing that market and making sure that we contribute. Two issues there. Number one is the issue of definition in itself. I think the definition of SMEs in the services sector is too broad. So perhaps there is a need to better crystallize, what you mean by services sector. So that's one part of it. But looking at the statistics, 90%, yes, you're absolutely correct. I mean, there's a lot. We have to move them towards the manufacturing sector. But I think in most countries, we are looking at probably at 60%.